is Thursday. Today we are going seeing Dear Evan Hansen at the Palace Theatre in Manchester. It's been about a year since I last went and saw a musical, and the last one I went to see was Hamilton, so I feel like this has some big shoes to fill, but I am still so excited. I loved it, Evan Hansen, so much. The songs are incredible and I'm really excited to hear them live. So I thought this would set off the vlog nicely to talk about movies, books, theatre, stuff like that, and it could be a really nice little wholesome capture of what I've been watching and consuming art-wise. And then it is also the Oscars next week, and I want to try and watch as many of the nominations as I can going into next week. I've seen a few, however a lot of them are coming out in the UK around now, so I've really not had that much of a chance to go and see a lot of them. So out of the 10 Best Picture nominations, I've seen Emilia Perez, The Substance and Wicked. So I've got another 7 films in the next week or so if I want to see all of the Best Picture nominations, and that is only the Best Picture nominations. There are so many other films in other categories that I've not gotten around to yet that I do want to get around to, but I'm just going to make the Best Picture ones the priority, and then if I see any of the other ones, then obviously that is great as well. But I'll talk more about them films later on in this video. Let's go watch Dear Evan Hansen. I'm so excited to see it.
In the fridge.
Really? Have it for breakfast.
Yeah, hello. Joanita.
It is now Wednesday. We are somehow already halfway through the week, and I feel like I've not really got a lot accomplished this week. I'm currently watching F1 testing. It is on, it's the first day. Of course I'm watching. Pretty self-explanatory, but if you can hear it in the background, that is what it is. As I kind of touched on last week, I've picked back up trying to watch every single Best Picture nomination for the Oscars this year. I don't think I have ever watched all 10 Best Picture nominations, so this year is gonna be the year that I do that. I watched Anora yesterday, which was such a good watch, and now I have 6 left to watch. So my plan is to try and get 2 watched every day from now until Friday, and I should get through it. I do technically need to watch 7 as well because I've never seen Dune Part 1. I was kind of holding out to finish the novel before I watched the films. However, that is such a monster of a novel. I am only 26% of the way through it, and I've not read it in like almost a year, so I feel like it's probably more worth just trying to watch them first and then maybe picking the novel back up, and maybe that'll make it slightly easier to read and understand. But yeah, I watched Anora last night, so we have 6 more films to watch. And then aside from Oscar nominations, me, my mum and my sister went to see Bridget Jones on Monday. Honestly, such a fun film. I feel like I was laughing all the way through it. Me and my sister were like absolutely in fits of laughter, and we felt like no one else in the screen was laughing. But yeah, so much better than what I remember the third film being like, and I feel like it linked to the first films so much better than the third film did. I feel like the third film felt like it was a sequel, but it was also really distant from the tone and the feel of the first 2 films, and then this one picked that back up so well. I honestly really enjoyed it. But yeah, that's my little film update. I've also been trying to read. I really have not read that much this year. I have read 2 and a bit. I've started the year off with The Ministry of Time, which I loved. It was such an incredible book. I did start it thinking I wasn't going to like it and that it was going to be a struggle to get through, but it actually wasn't, and I ended up really, really hooked into the storyline. And then I reread Normal People. I first read this almost 6 years ago, and that is so crazy to me. And I figured it was time to reread it. I've not really reread a lot of books. I do also want to reread the Hunger Games books because that will have been almost 11 years ago that I read that, maybe 10 or 11. I definitely remember reading it at the start of high school though. But yeah, back to Normal People, such a 5-star read. I pretty much flew through reading this, and yeah, I love it so much. And then on my Kindle, which I'm so obsessed with how the back of my Kindle looks, I've been reading Outline by Rachel Cusk. It is the first book in a trilogy of books, and it's kind of got a slower pace to it, and it's pretty plotless and kind of just follows her trip to Athens and like the conversations with people around her and stuff like that. I am only like a third into it, so I can't comment too much on how anything sort of develops, but I feel like it's a pretty slow read so far, and I do want to read the other two just to say I've read them, but I feel like it will take me a while to finish that book. But of course, I'll keep you updated with how I'm progressing through that, but they are my current reads and also my current watches.